So, my name is JJ Lorsung. I'm a aspiring author, so my work should be published January 2026. I had intended that this page I would start talking about my book and several other things, but something recently has happened that I think needs to be addressed, and it's regarding the writing community and AI. So recently, I had a weird interaction with a pretty famous editor and author, Gina Denny. So she posted something about Penguin Random House's policies on AI protection for their authors, and that they would not be accepting any submissions for AI. I completely get this. It's a very ambiguous space right now, and navigating how somebody uses AI versus not. It's not an easy thing to do en masse on a large scale. So I get their decision. But I got on the post that she created and left a comment. I basically talked about how I use my AI, that I trained my model on me. It's all my data that it's trained on. This protects against copyright infringement and several other things, and lets me world build and come up with creative ideas and work on grammar and a few other things. But it doesn't write the text for me. That's not how I use it. It uses it for an assist. And I basically explained that in the post. A few minutes later, all my comments were deleted. And then I was blocked. And this just brings up a wider perspective, a wider issue with the writing community, and a generalized fear. I sent a private message just saying, hey, did I, do anything wrong? I'd love to open communication, explain my process, and, answer any questions you might have about this. And it went unanswered. And I think the writing community is generally very scared of AI, and I get it. Most people who are using AI right now, they're using it wrong. And there is copyright infringement, and there is concern, and it is taking the human element out of writing. But if used correctly, it's, a fancy, Google. It's a fancy, auto predict or auto correct. It's an editor tool. But most people aren't using it like that. Most people are scared of it for that reason and think that it's going to take jobs away from authors or make it robotic. And that's just not the case if it's used correctly. So I'm opening up the conversation here to anybody who's interested in learning about this, who wants to have a conversation about AI, who is angry and wants to voice those frustrations. I get it. There's a lot of things I don't like with it too, but this is a great opportunity for us writers to have discussions and to see how we can use AI responsibly, because it's not going away. So I would love if anybody has questions or interests about my method or anything like that. Feel free to ask me. If you want to tell me, ask how I do it, that's completely cool too. I'm an open book. And I would love to open the conversation to Gina Denny if she unblocks me, and to be able to have that discussion. And rather than just deleting and muting anything that you don't like, that's not going to help this go away. It's not going to help future authors, and many people are going to start adopting this and not understand how to use it ethically and responsibly. So, with that said, come January, I'll definitely post some comments and replies if somebody asks questions. I'll answer them in a video format. But if come January, I'm going to be posting about my story. It was a story I told my wife over a course of over a year and a half to help her through some traumatic healing that she was going through. She had some trauma and was going through kind of an aggressive healing journey, and she needed help falling asleep. So I told her a story, and by the end of it, she said, this needs to be a story. So I started working on it, and I've been working on it for a couple of years now. And So I will be telling more about that story and the journey and creating it and the healing and just the cool stories from little tidbits about the main character and things like that, as well as announce a Kickstarter and several other things. So yes, I'm very excited to engage with everybody. I'm just very excited about this whole process. Writing is beautiful, and it should be human-centered. So yeah, let's start the conversation. Thanks, guys.